After a series of knocks, usually 3 on the door, and an exchange of words, the door is opened and the prospective initiate is led inside across the threshold, and suddenly feels the sharp point of a sword against his chest. He is still blindfolded, cannot know how many people there are watching him, and has no idea what to do next. In every case he will be prompted by a voice at his shoulder as to how to respond to the questions that are asked of him. And that's from The Secret Temple, Mason's Mysteries and the Founding of America by Peter Levenda. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. It has been proven to my satisfaction that the government does not care about your personal security, does not care about the security of airline passengers, and it should be blatantly obvious to you that they do not care about you. This is all about conditioning to accept more intrusive invasion of your privacy and for more intrusive police state tactics on the part of the government. And this is amply illustrated by the fact that there is no accountability. No one is called to task for failing to do their jobs, for failing to see that the Christmas bomber was put on the right list, for failing to move him to the watch list, for failing to do this, for failing to do that. No one is held accountable. What was the mantra yelled and screamed during Bush's administration? By me as well. Accountability. Who is going to be made to pay the price for failure and for selling us out? There is no accountability. Not in this administration, not in the Bush administration, because no one is brought to fucking task for failing the system, which is too big and too broad and too invasive right now. And yet, I see a poll on the front page of the newspaper today, which says that most people are not put off by full body scanners. Conditioning already for us to accept this. Why don't we all just walk around nude all the time so everybody can see every inch of you? Yeah, that's the answer. When the asshole that supposedly tried to blow up the plane should never have been permitted on the plane in the first place, according to the system that we already have in place. If they cared about your security, there would be fucking accountability. But there is none, as usual. So it proves that the agenda is the furtherance of a police state to force you to have to accept more intrusions into your personal life, your privacy. That's what it's all about. Whether it was contrived and this guy's a patsy and it's a false flag, or it's a real attempt, doesn't make any difference. If it's real, they'll use it. If it isn't, they'll make it happen so they can use it. It's as simple as that. For all of the Obama supporters out there who were screaming for the blood of George Bush and Dick Cheney, I hope you will take a valuable lesson from this. Mr. The Buck Stops Here. Well, Mr. Obama, if the buck truly does stop here, and you refuse to hold anybody else accountable. You refuse to fire those who have jeopardized the security of the people of this country. If you refuse to force those people to resign, and the buck stops with you, then resign. Because obviously we've had a complete failure of the fucking system that's in place. If you have a failure, you fix it. People who are not doing their job are gotten rid of. What you do not do is build upon a broken foundation, because then all the rest of it will suffer from the same defect. But this is in effect what we are told to expect. More invasions in our privacy, instead of people being held accountable for fucking up. So, Mr. President, if the buck stops with you, then resign. Or hold those people accountable and fire them. And as for all the rest of you watching this video, I suggest that you fight tooth and nail against any further encroachments on our civil liberties, because I, for one, do not want to look back fondly on the day when I remember that I had civil rights and that I had freedom. So call and write your senators, your representatives, the president. Write letters to the editor. Stage protests, pointing out these very obvious facts. And tell those who are currently running the show that we are not going to accept the further erosion of our civil liberties by adding more burdens on us and a total failure to hold the guilty accountable for their actions. Thank you. Good night.